Why don't you tell everybody what's on board for stuff? Because I forgot to fill in this information and I have to do this while we are.
Yeah, just fill it in. Guys, we're going to talk about the show From. The show is called From. That's the name of it, From. You can see two of those letters behind us on screen right now. And so I'll move my head a little bit. You can tell that it's maybe it's called Fro, and it's about afros.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Maybe it's called Rom, and it's a
Uh,
rom-com about read-only memory.
yep.
And maybe it's Ro, based on the Star Trek character Ro Laren.
Yeah. You know how to get me started. Let's do this.
Let's clap it in.
All right.
What's up, everybody? It's On Fire Tonight with Josh and Teresa. We are here today to talk about season 1, episode 1 of the show From. From. Those are all capitalized. So this is your one and only warning. We're going to talk about it. We're going to spoil it. If you haven't seen it already, pause this, watch that, come back. You're back. Welcome back.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Woo! Josh, what did you think of this first episode of this show?
I thought it was pretty fun as far as a remake of Lost goes, starring a star of Lost, made by a couple of guys that also made Lost.
Whoops.
What'd you think?
I I stopped watching Lost once I went into the hospital to have my son. So I
That
only
was
got
the
like,
perfect time.
yeah, I was like 3 episodes in. So I don't know anything about Lost, and I love this episode.
Okay, so the show Lost was about some Gilligan's Island type shit where
Fuck yeah.
the stars of Party of Five are trapped on an island, and it's very beautiful, and then there's mysterious stuff that pops up with and without explanation.
Fantastic.
And it was like really fun to watch until they wrapped it up and nothing was satisfying.
All right.
So like, I completely understand why the guy behind that, Damon Lindelof, who went on to make Watchmen, was like, oh, everybody loved season 1 of Watchmen. I'm never going to make another stitch of that show. I'm going to leave them liking me.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. You have all of my sympathies, because you gave us something that we enjoyed and you didn't grind it into the ground and make us hate it.
Hey, but we have this series now, so maybe he'll do it again.
Well, he's not on this. It's other
Oh.
guys from Lost. And who knows? Maybe this is like just the jumping off point. We've got a small town.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, if you're on the road and you pass the point of no return, which is like a log in the road and some crows, the harbinger, if you will, then you're fucked. You can never leave this town. And once you're stuck in this town, the creepy crawlies come out at night and they haunt you and they disembowel you. Unless you can stay in bed with the covers over your head. I think that's how it works, right? Like,
yeah, you can't hang your feet over the bed.
Cannot hang your feet over the bed. Whatever you do, if you get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, do not look in the mirror. Do not look in the shower.
No nooks or crannies. And
Right.
also have a rune next to your door that you fondle every night.
Wait, what is it?
A rune?
Like
those little stones in this show where every the first part of the first episode, the guy was Boyd was ringing the bell, telling everyone to get the fuck in their house. Everyone would close the door, lock the door, look at the rune hanging next to their door, and then fondle it a little bit and then go do whatever people do. You didn't notice all the fondling of stones?
I might have been taking a note while stone fondling was happening. I think I saw a little bit of stone fondling, but it didn't register as the important thing. Maybe that is the most important thing.
Maybe it's all just a ploy of stones and runes to get fondled. Fucking pervy stones.
I love the idea of like some really big, like over the top architecture setting up a whole thing just so that like stones can get fondled.
Hell yeah, brother.
Like there's this huge setup of a town that you can't leave and ghosts and ghouls and shit, but it's really about the stones.
Yeah, it's very complicated to set up logistically, but man, those stones are gonna get it.
Like it occurred to me some time ago that it would be hilarious if Judaism was invented but as a ploy by bakers who wanted you to buy challah bread at least once a week.
Yep, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
logic.
Huh?
What was that Sam Neill movie? Was that In the Mouth of Madness, or is that the book? In the Minds of Madness? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Are you thinking of I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I've seen it, and I don't know what you are thinking of.
It's basically this show where Sam Neill gets stuck in this little town. I think I don't remember, but it's good and I love Sam Neill.
Right. Like this is not like an original concept of people are stuck in a place. I mean, it's no exit. But what's the first version of it?
Gotta be a Twilight Zone, right? I don't know.
Oh no, I'm sure it goes back like at least 150 years.
It was Romeo and Juliet.
I mean, there's got to be some good sort of gothic fiction type thing where people are stuck somewhere and this is like the most sort of fairy tale mythology kind of thing. You're stuck somewhere, the woods are threatening, the woods are our id. Yeah. I mean, I guess to your point, not Romeo and Juliet, but The Tempest. We have people shipwrecked on an island. Hello, Lost. Hello, Gilligan's Island.
Hello.
And then maybe the Leslie Nielsen sci-fi classic Forbidden Planet, which is a remake of The Tempest, but in space. And we have a discussion of monsters from the id. It's your unbidden desires coming out at night to get you.
Gross.
Yeah, but Leslie Nielsen was like an amazing leading man before he was an amazing comedian.
That's true.
Right?
Always handsome, though.
Yeah, he was perfect. Frank Drebin.
Remember Police Story?
Yeah, he was Frank Drebin.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember. Yeah, so you do remember. Okay, cool.
So in The Tempest, there's a character called Caliban, which is a sideways spelling of cannibal. Yeah. So, it's like you have these societal taboos. Obviously, okay, so there's a scene in this where like a ghostly figure that's supposed to be this little girl's grandmother comes to the window at night and is like, I missed you, let me in. And it's like, this kid is too dumb for words. Like,
Thank you.
Is this her first day in Nightmare Town? How does she not know what the fucking rules are?
How does she? Okay, you know the fucking rules, unless they have some like crazy, we're going to shelter you from everything, even though we live in Nightmare Town. How the fuck does she not know to never, ever open the window? How you don't look like my grandma, but okay, come on in. How is that little girl so fucking stupid?
Well, we'll never know because she's dead.
She got her guts eaten.
Yeah, so she's dead, her mom's dead, and her worthless dad, who I guess was drunk and passed out across town, survived in order to suffer.
I mean,
To live is to suffer. All of your failures will haunt you. These will haunt him.
I mean, that was a great scene. That was a great scene. Boyd's like, hey, here, I want to show you something real quick. I'm going to beat the shit out of you for not nailing your daughter's windows shut. Fair. You know what? I don't blame him for getting drunk. He lives in Nightmare Town. But nail the goddamn windows down. The fuck?
Okay, so in Nightmare Town or whatever, do we know the name of this town?
It's called Nightmare Town now.
Okay, so in Nightmare Town, everyone that lives there got stuck there in the same way. They accidentally went past the point of no return, trying to find the highway. They're driving around and there's no way out. And then they're just stuck there for eternity. How long do you think the longest residents have been there? And how recent before today do you think the most recent ones are? Do you think children have been conceived and born in this place?
Oh.
Do people age? Like, clearly people have decided to do certain jobs. Like, there's a doctor, there's a sheriff, there's a deputy.
There's got to be farming.
Right. There's absolutely got to be farming because where the fuck else would their food come from? And then there's a girl that's like the diner waitress slash cook, I assume.
Where's she getting that nacho cheese thing? Like, what is she doing in this? What is in that diner? What are they selling?
Wait, was there nacho cheese?
I don't know. I think of
was...
I always think of gigantic tins of nacho cheese when I think of diner. I don't know. I'm sorry. But yeah, what are they selling there? They don't have processed food there.
Well, I guess everything's farm to table.
Yeah, they got a super fancy, super expensive diner there.
They only have handwritten menus made on the day.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to bring your own beer and wine. And I assume the beer and wine is like prison style,
Right. Where's that guy getting booze?
I mean, you can make moonshine out of corn like pretty easily.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd want to drink it though.
I mean, literally people in prison ferment ketchup. Like
and then it comes out as rosé.
Forget what they call it.
No, it's rosé.
It's red eye or something. Anyway. Yeah, so there's that. Okay. There's a family in an RV driven by one of the guys from Band of Brothers. So he's seen some action.
Hell yeah, brother. It's great. They're just going on vacation. They're going to have a great time. It's good to see that they can just drive right through the town and get to their destination. No problem. Right?
Right. There's an older daughter who's like making the younger son feel like shit constantly.
Yeah. It's an authentic look at an American family.
The mom / wife looks to be about 20 years younger than her husband.
Yep, that makes sense. That's how all Americans are. Yep.
Yep. And anyway, they get lost in this town, or they get from in this town.
Oh.
They keep accidentally driving in circles, which is the only thing you can do. They keep coming back to this town and they're like kind of freaking out. And before the people of the town can like make them have a controlled accident, they have a real accident with a whole different car that nobody knew was there.
Yeah,
two guys who
John
are like
Daly and Nick Kroll from the Kroll Show, the nasty, disgusting drunk guys that are super yuppies. I hate them so much.
So yeah, they're like I guess on ecstasy, or one of them's on ecstasy and one of them I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, it's a TV show. Everyone is beautiful, so I get it.
Right. This is like, I guess this is my biggest complaint about most shows, which is I want people to be like not so fucking soap opera hot. Or if they're hot, like I want them to be hot in different ways. Like it seems like only one person's version of hot is
Mhm.
going into it. Like you could have lots of different versions of hot.
And you know what, Josh? When everyone's hot, nobody's hot. It's
Right.
boring.
Agreed. And frankly, like everyone's way too clean.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Mm-hmm.
in Nightmare Town, where honestly nobody should be clean.
Mm-mm. Where's their
Right? Like,
source of water anyway? I mean, well's fine, whatever. But
I guess so. But if you can dig a well, can
I
you
mean,
dig away to China?
that is a good point. They should be digging to China by now. Also, all their clothes are nasty and old too. They should be just as nasty and old as their clothes.
Who the fuck, like, where's laundry happening?
Thank you.
I guess there might be a river. They beat them against rocks and hang them up on a line. It's probably your
Yep.
best option. I don't know.
I don't know either. Maybe they use that swimming pool that the car's in. I don't know.
Right. Like, why has nobody like taken that wrecked
How?
car and
How
like
would
make
they?
the pool functional? You've
How
got,
would
you know why? Because they shot this in Canada and it's cold. That's why.
and there's cars in all the pools in Canada. Everyone knows that.
It's Halifax people. Walk it off. So, all right.
So did you not enjoy it as much as I did?
Actually, I did enjoy it.
Okay.
I did enjoy it. I just have a lot of shit to talk.
Oh, I love that. Bring it.
Like, I realize that the point of the show is not to get hung up on like the practicalities of daily life,
Oh,
but
but
you
you
have
know
to have some answers for all this bullshit, right?
you got
But
to.
I actually don't want to hear about it because if they start talking about it, that's very fucking boring.
Yes, and it's gonna look stupid and you're gonna be pandering to us. Don't pander to me. Just let
Right.
me know, like write a little booklet and I'll go over it or something. But I need to know what the fuck is happening.
Yeah, we need some answers.
Do you guys drink coffee? Where are you getting coffee? There's no way you're growing coffee, and I know you got to have coffee because it's coffee.
Well, maybe they are completely detoxed from caffeine.
That's crazy. What about medication? How are they getting medication?
Anybody that needs it is dead.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's just, yeah, they live in like frontier times, I guess.
Yeah.
Although, wait, am I mistaken?
Yeah.
I feel like there were like lights on at night, like maybe even neon lights.
There totally was.
So what the fuck?
Maybe the ghouls have their own electric company.
That is the only thing that makes sense because there's nobody supplying power and not charging for it.
Yeah, how would they pay for it?
Oh, maybe they like,
Those
maybe
losers
there's a
don't have jobs.
professor a la Gilligan's Island who worked up some like
Yep.
elementary solar cells.
Yes.
Or maybe they have some wind energy.
Ah.
Yeah, they could have a windmill powering this if somebody knows how to do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So nobody can get cell service there. Like this is a place that exists beyond cell service,
Because
but the
that's
neon
fun.
lights.
You can get
function just fine.
electricity without having cell service in this country. I can get electricity and no cell service in Manhattan. I will tell you that much.
I'm just saying, if you didn't show up with the knowledge of how to make a solar cell or how to make a wind turbine,
You're fucked.
yeah, you're not going to be able to research it now.
Nope. There's no library in that shit ass town.
Well, there might be.
Where, in the post office? There's like 3 buildings in that town.
At some point, this town was just a regular town before it was Nightmare Town, right?
Yeah, then it was called Shit Town because they ain't shit there. There's a post office and that's it. Even the sheriff works out of the post office.
All right. It seems to me that the only way out of this town is with the creepy crawlies. So either you die by
Mm-hmm.
ghoul,
Mm-hmm.
or you have to make peace with these monsters because these monsters know what you don't know.
Do they?
Well, you don't know it, and maybe they do.
I mean, I might know it and maybe they don't.
Possibly these are the ghosts of people who died in the town.
Yeah, at the end of the episode, some of them came out of the woodwork
Yeah,
and they
I
looked
couldn't
all
tell who they
oldie.
were.
Oh no, they just looked oldie timey. So very probable that they are ghosts of residents past.
Right, but like how oldie timey? Because this looks like a town that like popped up in the 50s.
And that's what they all looked like. They all looked like they were from the 50s.
Okay. Well, I guess people from the 50s are creepy.
I'll say.
Mr. 50s, that guy's a vampire.
Boomers.
Leave it to Beaver, whatever.
Yeah. Creeping me out.
Father knows best.
Uh-huh.
That's all.
I made the mistake of I just kept watching it because it kept playing. And now I don't want to talk about, I mean, I don't know how to talk about it because there's stuff that happens in the beginning of the second episode. And I don't know if I'm confusing it for the end of the first episode.
Okay. You know what? We should just wrap this one up and both watch the next episode.
Let me look at my notes real quick. Do we miss it?
So there's the son in the RV is injured and he's stuck there, and like night has fallen.
Right. They need to get that thing out of his leg, but they also know they can't do it quickly, and night is coming. So
night is there.
Yes. Boyd is putting the ruin up, fondling a little bit, covering up the windows. And the dad's like, what the fuck? Let's go. What are you doing? There's someone outside see, I'm getting into the second episode. All right.
Okay, so right, but then also that like the truck that the people in the town had, like they blow out their own tires because they forgot to take out like the blowout strips.
The second you hear there's an accident with the people you're trying to stop, you take the strips off the fucking road. Are you kidding me?
There was a bloody guy staggering into town. It's understandable that like their focus shifted. Also, night is coming, which means there's always a ticking clock in the episode.
Yes. However, they had to step over that strip to get that bloody guy to town. There are two of you. When that guy takes the bloody guy to the clinic, the other guy rips the shit off the road and then goes to the accident. You don't leave the strips on the road.
Well, they needed you there to take charge, to be the project manager.
I'm saying, like, just let me control Nightmare Town. I'm fine. It's great.
Right. You would be a great administrator
in
Nightmare Town.
I know what's up.
Right.
Just give me some runes to fondle. I'm good.
Right. So what the fuck is the deal with the runes? I am interested. I want to know how much power the occult has over the daily lives of these people.
I love the idea of them like showing up in the first episode and it never gets brought up again. What was that? Why were they fondling those things for so long?
Well, it's like if you believe in occult and you know how it works, like, will these talismans protect you or not? Or does that have nothing to do with anything?
I mean, I'm sure they won't let anyone go into a building without fondling a rune. So it's got to have some sort of protection spell. I don't fucking know.
Well, I guess. I mean, it seems only so valuable. Also, prior to the slaughter that the little girl enacted by being an idiot, they had, I think, 96 days without incident, or 96 nights rather without incident.
I didn't even notice that. They had a little board up.
They had a board outside the sheriff's office.
Gotta take the 9 and the 6 down.
Yep.
Fuck.
It's okay. It's every day's a new day, guys.
Where's the extra 0? God damn it.
So there's a graveyard that like they have a service for the mother and child, and the RV family like passes through while they're doing the service. Awkward. Nobody will talk to them except for the
Uh,
sheriff,
excuse me.
because they apparently
Excuse
have
me.
some rule about like
You
not
can't even just say
engaging.
hi. Like what? Just don't be rude.
I don't understand any of. Well, you know what? I want to watch the next episode to see what it's about.
Okay, but how about just, oh, I'm sorry, I can't help you. There's the sheriff. He'll let you know what's up. Not, I can't look you in the face.
Right.
Come on, don't be rude. Anyway, let's go watch that second episode.
You ready to do it?
Yeah, let's sign off.
All right, guys, that's all the time we have for this episode.